Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Vayeira. The question of the week is, how do you revive a withering soul? So this week's Torah portion, we have the Haftorah with the famous story about the woman, her husband passed away, and all the creditors came to collect money, and she had no money. She came to the prophet, and the prophet says, what do you have in the house? And he told her to bring empty vessels. And he says, bring as many empty vessels as possible. And he came with a jug of oil, and he filled up the oil. And he told her, now you're about to live from the prophet. That's the technical story. We know there's always a deeper insight to every story. So it's brought down in Kabbalah and Chassidut and explains as follows. When he told her bring empty vessels, what were the empty vessels he's referring to on a spiritual level? So there's two insights. One insight is he told her to bring empty vessels, which means sometimes you're not on fire, you don't have the love for Hashem, you don't have the awe for Hashem, you're not inspired to learn Torah and do mitzvot. So he told her, bring empty vessels, learn Torah, do mitzvot, even though you're lacking the love and the awe for Hashem. The second thing is, empty vessels, realize, yes, that your life is empty, and you're far from Hashem, you're disconnected from Hashem, and have remorse for being so far away. Those are the two insights of the empty vessels. Either Torah and mitzvahs without inspiration, or really being empty, realizing how disconnected you are. What's the reward? You and your children will live from the prophet. What's the idea of the prophet? So we know that there's light. Everyone loves the light. But when you have light that comes from the darkness, that light is even much greater. So in other words, when you go ahead and you learn Torah and you do mitzvahs, Torah and mitzvahs is powerful light, and it could brighten up a dark situation. However, in Kabbalah it's called, when you learn Torah and you do mitzvahs, it's called makif hakorev. It's a powerful light which is connected to the lower level of keter arich, because it allows the world to exist and it brings light into the world. The second level, by being remorseful and bringing light into the darkness, that's a very, very high Kabbalistic level called Yoshes Choisek Sisrei, with the darkness itself. You see the light in the darkness. In other words, you're bringing in Makif HaRochoik, a much more powerful light, which is connected to the Pnimius HaKesher, which is Atik. In other words, so you're going to say, well, how do I have the power to do so? I'm not inspired. Tell me to learn Torah, do mitzvahs, be remorseful, bring in these powerful energies. The Rebbe says, because we all know that every one of us were by Matan Torah, we were all by Mount Sinai, and over there, Hashem gave us the power that Anoichi, the essence of Hashem, should be our God. And because the essence of Hashem is our God, whatever we're going through, we can still learn Torah, do mitzvahs, and be remorseful of the situation we're in. And that's what it means, that you and your children will live by the benefit. What is you and your children referring to? It's referring to our intellect, our emotions will be filled with this powerful energy. Now, which part? That's going to go into our soul. But it says when Mashiach comes, this powerful makif will not only go into our soul, but even will lighten up our body. So in other words, to answer the question, how do you revive a soul that's withering away? Learn Torah, even though it's hard and you're lacking the inspiration. Do the mitzvos, even though you're lacking the inspiration. And meditate on the distance that we are disconnected from Hashem. Be remorseful from it, and that will revive the soul that's withering away. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to memory of Baruch ben Aryeh Leib, Shlom ben Yosef, Rachel bas Lipa, and Sina Basara. May the souls be elevated by the Torah we're studying in their memory. For more information, please see our website, chabadswf.org. Have a great and blessed week. Shavua Tov.